Hi everyone, welcome to Freezer Burns. As always, I'm your host Greg, the frozen food master, and you're joining me as I eat my way through the freezer aisle one box at a time. Today, I'm reviewing this. It is the Barber Foods Stuffed Chicken Breast with Scallop and Lobster Stuffing, $5.89 a box. I'm a little worried about this one, guys. You know, I like chicken, I like scallops, I like lobster. I'm a little hesitant at the possibility of scallops and lobster in a frozen box like this. And but you know what? I'm the frozen food master. I'm taking it for the team. At least that, you know, that idea, crazy idea in my head that I have this team of fans of Freezer Burns. But should there be a fans of Freezer Burns out there, I'm taking it for the team. I'm eating this for you guys. I'm going to tell you how it really tastes. All sorts of crazy things on this box today. Barber Foods, or as like we used to call it in New England, Baba. Baba Foods. Skinless, breaded, boneless, stuffed chicken breasts with rib meat. Rib meat. You gotta read the packaging, guys. This isn't just chicken breast. It's filled with rib meat, scallop and lobster stuffing, 340 calories, 17 grams of fat, 0 grams trans fat per serving, multi-grain breading, 2 individually pouched servings, and what do we got going on here? At $6, okay, so we're talking, you know, quick math, right? Divided by 2, $3 a piece. Better be some good scallops and lobster. Better be some good scallops and lobster. On the back, let's see how we cook it. Conventional oven only, preheat oven to 400 degrees, remove frozen breast from pouch, that sounds kind of kinky, and place on baking sheet, bake in preheated oven for a minimum of 30 minutes. Let stand 2 minutes and do not microwave. This one, you know, a lot of these new products here have been putting this little meat thermometer in there, okay? But this one in particular, you know, Baba is sending all sorts of vibes here. You better make sure you cook all this through. I guess that speaks to the freshness of the ingredients. It could also be speaking to the fear that they have of being sued. But what it says here is, this product is uncooked, in bright red letters. For food safety, cooked to a minimum internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit, measured by a meat thermometer. So you're gonna need a meat thermometer here. I don't have one handy, to be honest. Every time I use those meat thermometers, it's like when those plastic things you shove in the turkey, or actually it's already shoved in a turkey, and the thing just goes pop when it's done. So I don't have a meat thermometer, and I'm gonna have to take my chances. So scallops, lobster, let's see how it looks out of the box. Okay, individually packed, as mentioned. This is about the size of a Hostess fruit pie, I would say. A little thicker, but the area, okay? Width and length. It makes sure you say do not microwave, probably because you can't get that cooked to its proper temperature in that amount of time. Let's open this up and see. You know what? All it smells like is the breading. I can't pick out whether it's sweet or whether it's salty. It just smells like breading. So I've already preheated the oven. When that gets to a temperature of 400 degrees Fahrenheit, I'm going to stick this in the oven, and 30 minutes from now I will be back. I always say that. 1 second from now you will be back, but 30 minutes from now I will be retaping. So that I can get this in my mouth and see if frozen scallops and shrimp, no, why do I say shrimp? Frozen scallops and lobster stuffing from Barber Foods really tastes good. So it has been 30 minutes. I've taken this out of the oven, and I'm a little nervous about it, I gotta tell you. You know, I don't know if you can see, I'm like sweating. I'm working myself into a tizzy. because for 30 minutes I've been watching this thing in the oven, and I've been looking at the box, and I'm like, scallops and lobster and chicken, and like, let's not even talk about the rib meat, the ambiguous in fine print rib meat that's in here. You know, I typically don't mess with shellfish, frozen shellfish. I'd rather mess with the Zohan than mess with frozen shellfish. That shows you how serious I am. You know, all kidding aside, I'm not that nervous about it. It smells really, really good. Now, here's the one thing I want to show you though. I'm going to try to spear this to the side to show you. This thing was one solid pocket, module, pod is probably the best way to describe it, when I put it in the oven. Now when I took it out of the oven, it kind of blew its top off, and we got some like crazy white stuff dripping down from it. So I just want to show you that you know, like anything, you know, you encase something, it's going to build up pressure on the inside and eventually pop. In this case it did. I don't know if that's good or not. Like I said, I don't have a meat thermometer, so I'm just going to go for broke. What do you say? I'm going to cut this in half so that you can see what we got going on here. Cut that in half, okay? Obviously this is the breading. We have some chicken inside. Look at that. It's a scallop right there. And it looks like the lobster meat is like minced lobster, but whole scallops in there. The other thing I want to notice, I already noticed it. The other thing I want to point out is, as I was looking in the ingredients, yeah, you know, scallops, chicken breast, blah, 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 lobster meat, Ritz crackers. So you gotta give Baba Foods mad props for Ritz crackers, I believe, in the breading here. I do that on, you know, on my non-frozen days. Sometimes you know, when you get to the end of the box or the end of the bag of potato chips, just mash those things up and bread your meat with it. Anyways, Ritz crackers. I'm pretty psyched, not only that it was crackers, but that they used a name brand cracker. Okay. How does this taste? I'm going to try to get a little bit of everything in one big bite. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. The chicken is, you know, after looking at this on the box, right? Stuffed chicken breasts with scallop and lobster stuffing. When you eat this, all you taste is the scallops and lobster. The chicken, it basically serves as like a encasement, a shell. There's not a whole lot of chicken when you look at this. It's like pretty thin. It's pretty thin, 1/8 of an inch. And the breading, you certainly taste the taste. You certainly taste the taste. You certainly have the flavor of the breading. It's not too salty. Definitely seafoody, but not seafoody like, oh my god, I'm in like some wharf in the middle of the Chesapeake, and you know, I'm like nauseated, right? It smells good. I'm really excited by this. I'm gonna take one more bite. This is pretty darn decent. I can see taking this, you know, cooking these in the oven, making some fettuccine alfredo or something like that, maybe some broccolini on the side. See, I'm going kind of gourmet on you. I think this is pretty darn decent. $5.89 a box for 2 of them. Not bad for 2 of them. This is a decent sized piece of meat for one. The Barber Foods stuffed chicken breast, scallop, and lobster stuffing, $5.89 a box. I give this a 4-star. As always, I'm your host Greg, the Frozen Food Master. This has been another episode of Freezer Burns, and I'll see you next time.